What's a modern-day scam that's become normalized and we don't realize it's a scam anymore? Resort fees at hotels. Not being able to cancel a subscription online. I can subscribe in 5 minutes, but I need to call your service agents and am forced to be rude to them to cancel it because as long as my voice sounds friendly, they try to resell the damn subscription. Transaction fees when using online banking. I do all the work filling out the form so a bank employee doesn't have to. Yet I get charged the same. Everything is a sneaky small monthly subscription. Hidden fees. Especially in the medical and hospitality industries. Admin fees for completely automated services. What unimpressive things are people idiotically proud of? I once had a coworker brag about how dark his pee is. I'm an alpha, sure thing, big guy. You're so alpha you had to get a shirt that said it too? Not reading. Driving better when drunk. I've heard that ridiculous statement more times than I should. Someone once bragged to me. Like thumbs in suspenders level bragging. His new girlfriend's dad owned a used car lot and he got an awesome interest rate on his new, to him, truck. His rate was 24%. Nothing surprises me more than when people are proud of their ignorance. What is the main stereotype about your country? Drink a lot of alcohol and our diet consists entirely of potatoes. The luck of the Irish is also a load of nonsense. The phrase is laced with irony. We're all really polite. The maple syrup ones are true though. That we are unpleasant and we stink. We always carry a baguette too. I have a couple. That we ride kangaroos. We always say, "G'day, mate," and shrimp on the Barbie. We call them prawns. That we're some redneck backwards country. And that we don't exist. We love borscht, salo and vodka. We're beer-drinking sausage eaters with an addiction of starting world wars. What's a middle-life crisis for people who could never afford a sports car? Trying to start a band, even better if it's a punk band. I just built an arcade machine in my man cave for the friends I no longer get to hang with. Does that count? Getting heavily into making sourdough bread. Being the oldest person in the club and or cheating with someone younger. Not very typical, but a friend's dad got really heavily into Warhammer 40k. Startin' to party again in their late 40s early 50s often with their sons or daughter. Teachers of Reddit. What's the funniest thing a student has ever said to you? My mom has a black cucumber in her drawer by the bed. Out of nowhere. One day, we were working with probability and flipping plastic coins. They tend to get lost on the floor. A student found a plastic penny on the floor, held it up in the air and yelled, "Hey Mr. Always Shamo. I found half your salary." Quote. It hurt, but I couldn't help but laugh. My most recent one is one of my kids hardcore picking their nose. I said, "Honey, you can get a tissue," and she looked so offended and said, I wasn't going to eat it, I was just going to flick it." Somehow that was worse. Had a troublesome, low-achieving student. Very difficult in class. Very unmotivated academically. Then one day before class, he comes up to me and says, "Mr. Hutsuit Ralston, can I ask you a question about college?" Quote. I pleasantly surprised. So I told him go ahead. Did you ever have a threesome in college? Quote. Just this week a student got hung up on the phrase, survival of the fittest, and when I explained to her what it meant, she said, "Oh, I thought that was survival of the fetus." I fucking fell out. Edit. Another one. A couple of students were getting into it back and forth. Verbal altercation quickly turning physical. You know the kind. They're being pulled away from each other and one of the girls yells, "Fuck me now, bitch. Fuck me now." Quote. Best comeback ever. I teach high school drama and have kids do this little introduction bits at the start of a new semester where they bring in objects that represent different aspects of their lives. E.g. something for family. This past year a kid brought in a tiny urn. So this is my grandma and she was really important to me. I can't remember her exact words but it was brilliant. She was still presenting when the principal walked in for God knows what reason. He then asked if he could pick up grandma and the kid said, I mean sure. She's dead so it's not like she's going to bite you. What is one older video game you'd want remade in modern graphics? MechWarrior 1 and 2. Mercenaries. King Kong. Legend of Dragoon or Xenogears. Silent Hill from the PS1 or Temple of Apshi trilogy from the C64. The Illusion of Gaia, SNES. Subscribe, my brothers.